Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Erin and today is Friday. Do you know what that means? It's book review Friday once again. But today is not just any book review. Today is a Christmas book review. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I have told you guys that I'm going to try to read a ton of Christmas horror books this month because it is December, and I think it would be a lot of fun to just get into the Christmas, the Creepmas spirit, if you will. And I'm honestly just so excited to talk about Christmas horror books. I don't know, I'm just really excited, guys. I'm really excited. The book we are talking about today is Gothic Blue Book number 6, A Krampus Carol. This book was actually sent to me, so thank you to Burial Day Books for sending me a copy of this. I am so excited to do this review. Oh my god, I'm excited. But just so you guys know, even though a book was sent to me, doesn't mean that I will not give you my full and honest opinions. I am very open when I don't like a book, and when I do like a book, I feel like you guys pretty much know this about me. So even though a book was sent to me, don't expect less than 100% honest opinions. So yes, let's talk about the cover. Okay, I mean, what more is there to say except for the beautiful Krampus being the main attraction. I really love this blue color. I feel like it's a very dingy, murky kind of blue. It actually matches my shirt really well. Did I do that on purpose? I'm not sure. I don't know, it's a very unique color, and I don't know, I like that it's dingy, it's grimy, it's just that, I don't know, it's a really pretty blue shade. I love that Krampus is front and center. I love that they made Krampus the main attraction. I know that it is called A Krampus Carol, so, you know, but I do like that this is the cover. I think it's really cool. I just like everything about it. I really like it. You can see his tongue, which I appreciate because I feel like it's not a Krampus picture without his really long tongue, so I appreciate that. And I really like the cover. It's very pretty, and it's soft matte touch, which you guys know I love. Okay, so I would pretty much go into a synopsis at this point. However, this is a collection of short stories and poems, so it's a little hard because there is so many of them inside this book. I can't really give you a summary of each one, so I'm basically just going to give you the premise of the collection and just a little bit about it. The synopsis is going to be very short. It's not going to be too much, and then I'll just go into my overall thoughts. I'm sorry, but there's just way too many things to talk about, and there's just way too many stories, and there's no way that I would be able to summarize every single one of them for you. So, you know, it's just going to be a quick little synopsis because it's not really a synopsis. So the stories inside this book are actually inspired by stories that were often seen in the 18th and 19th centuries. As you can probably tell, since it is titled the Gothic Blue Book, these are very prevalent in the Gothic subgenre of horror. You can really see the tones of the Gothic genre throughout every story. It's very obvious, and I really liked that. There are 31 stories and poems inside this collection, all dealing with Christmas and pretty much just the winter season and winter months in general. Some of these stories involve witches, vampires, demons, otherworldly beings, and of course, the main demon of the season, Krampus. If you don't know who Krampus is, I'm going to give you a very basic definition. Krampus is a horned half-goat, half-demon who comes during the Christmas season to punish bad children. Basically the anti-Santa Claus. Santa Claus comes and rewards good kids for good behavior. He gives them presents. He's, you know, nice. You know, he has his whole nice and naughty list. If you're nice, you get presents. And Krampus punishes those kids who are bad. So I will tell you some of my favorite stories inside the collection. It was really hard to narrow them down because I really liked all of them, but I am going to just give you some of the titles that I really liked. I'm gonna read them off my phone because I'm not gonna be able to memorize them in one go and while not looking at my phone, so if you don't mind. But some of my favorites were The Night of Epiphany, Black Lace Binding. Black Lace Binding was probably my absolute favorite. If I had to pick a #1 story, Black Lace Binding was so beautiful and it was definitely my favorite. But I also loved Letters to Krampus, A Desk Fit for a Purpose, The Last Noel, The Dark-Eyed Boy, and Here We Come, A Caroling. So those were pretty much my favorites. I went through every single story and I really wanted to write down every single name, but that would just be listing all the titles. So I didn't end up doing that. I just picked some of the ones that really struck a chord with me and I don't know, I felt some type of way about. Like I said, Black Lace Binding was absolutely by far my favorite. It was very beautiful and the Gothic subgenre really relies on emotion, and I have to say that was a very beautifully emotional story. It's not gonna make you like sob or anything like that, but it was very beautifully done. A lot of these stories do have that emotional element and they do make you feel feelings. I mean, that's pretty much how I feel about the Gothic subgenre anyways. I feel like they are dark, but Gothic stories really do have that bit of emotion, which I think really makes them different from other subgenres of horror. So I know that wasn't really a synopsis. I am very sorry, but like I said, there are 31 stories and poems inside of here, so I really could not give you a little description for everyone. It would just be a lot, and I think this video would become way too long and people probably would not like to listen to that, so I'm just keeping it pretty bare bones, so I hope you guys don't mind. This was my first Christmas themed horror book ever. I don't think I've ever read a Christmas horror book, and I am so disappointed in myself that I haven't, because this was so enjoyable, so enjoyable to read. This was such a fun collection of stories and poems. I just really liked every single one. I wasn't disappointed once with any of them. I really enjoyed this whole collection start to finish, and I was really sad when it ended because I was just enjoying myself so much. And I'm going to try to attempt to explain this to you, and I'm going to use Christmas as my explanation. So this book felt like Christmas because each story you never knew what you were going to get, just like a present. It's all wrapped, you don't know what's going to happen, and as you start opening it or you start reading it, you just fall in love. Unless you got a present that you don't like, and you know, but these are all presents that you do like. These are all really good stories, so every time you opened one up, it was just a really nice surprise. I was always surprised because I really never knew what kind of story I was gonna get. I really had no idea what kind of stories or poems were gonna be inside this, so it really was like a present because I had no idea what I was getting into. I had no idea, but I was really happy with every single story. I just really liked all of them. So like I said, there are 31 different stories and poems inside this book, which seems like a lot, and it is. It's definitely a lot, but this book is under 200 pages, which I think is incredible for being able to fit 31 different writings into less than 200 pages. That's insane. I have never ever read that many short stories in a collection before. I'm pretty sure. Most of them have maybe 10 to 20 maybe, but 31, I mean, it was incredible. I had no idea that's how many I read either. I counted after I had already finished the book, and I was so shocked to see 31 titles. I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, wow, 31 titles, under 200 pages. Did it feel like it dragged on? Was it too much? And I'm gonna say no, because one, I had no idea that there were 31 titles in this collection. I wasn't paying attention, I was just reading. Two, most of them are very, very short. Pretty short. I don't think any of the stories lasted more than a few pages, and they were just very straight to the point, very fun, and they just kind of were fast. It didn't really feel like any story was dragging on or took too long to get to the main point. They were just very fast and nicely paced. So the 31 stories and poems didn't feel like a lot because there wasn't too much of any of them. They were the right amount of each. I was also surprised that with so many different authors that these stories flowed and felt so cohesive. Sometimes with collections like these, I talk about this a lot in anthologies or collection reviews, I just feel like sometimes they don't mesh well, or they feel very disjointed, or they don't feel similar enough to be in the same collection. And I totally get that authors have different voices, but I don't know, I really like my collections or my anthologies to feel similar. I like to feel like I'm reading a cohesive book, and sometimes it doesn't really work, but with this, they all felt very cohesive. They were all very different. They had different plots. They were very different. They had different author tones and author voices. So you could tell that they were written by different people, but they all felt similar. They all felt like they flowed and that they worked really, really well together, which is very surprising for having 31 different writings in here. I mean, that's incredible to have 31 different writings, so many different authors, and to have it flow so nicely. That's a really, really big accomplishment for a collection of stories. That's amazing. The stories involving Krampus were some of my favorites. They were really fun, they were very festive, and I'm really into Krampus right now just because I didn't really know too much about Krampus before this year. I really got into the idea of Krampus this year, but I don't know, it was just fun to read about the Christmas demon, and just, I don't know, it was just very fun, and it does make Christmas feel a little bit more spooky and scary. You know, Halloween's the main spooky holiday. That's what everyone celebrates, the spookiness. But I feel like if you really look into Christmas, there are some creepy elements there that you can really play with that I feel like some people don't think about. And that's why I just really like the idea of Krampus, and I don't know, I just really like the stories involving Krampus. I'm a little mad at myself that I don't read more Gothic horror, because reading these stories, it reminds me how much I do love Gothic horror and how enjoyable it is and how enamoring it is and intriguing, and I just never pick up that much Gothic horror, and I'm kind of upset that I don't. I really need to make it a top priority to really look into the genre more, because I just really enjoyed these stories, and I know I like Gothic horror, and I don't know why I just don't read more of it. So this book really helped me realize that I need to get more Gothic horror onto my TBR cart so I can review more for you guys, because I feel like I don't review too much of that, and I need to reevaluate that. Honestly, I really think I need all of these Gothic blue books. This was so good, and if the others are anything like this, then I need every single one, because this was so good. Honestly, I loved every second of reading this book, and if the other Gothic blue books are the same, then I need all of them, because I need more enjoyable reading like that. It just made me so happy, and it made my heart full, and it made me feel Christmassy and spooky at the same time, and that's exactly what I want from a book. So this was a really good book, guys. I don't know if you can tell, I really enjoyed it. And honestly, if you're looking for a creepy Christmas spooky horror book, I highly recommend checking this out because it was just a lot of fun, and I just really enjoyed every second of it. But that's going to do it for my review. I hope you guys don't mind that it was pretty much all just my thoughts and opinions and not much of a synopsis, but like I said, 31 writings is a lot to try to condense into a YouTube video for you guys. So I do highly recommend this book. It was great. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Thank you again to Burial Day Books for sending this my way. I really appreciate it, and you literally gave me one of my favorite Christmas books now, so thank you so much for that, because I kind of want to reread it. I have so many books I need to read right now, but be on the lookout for more Christmas horror books. I've got a few, and I ordered some more, so we're gonna try to get through a ton this December. We might have more than one book review a week. Fingers crossed, that's what I'm gonna try to do. We'll see. I'm trying not to, you know, cause any burnout or something, but maybe I can do a couple of book videos a week for you guys, because I really do want to do more Christmas horror book reviews or Christmas horror book videos at least. So be on the lookout. I'm gonna try my very best, but no promises. I'm going to try to do more than this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It lets me know what kind of content you enjoy from me. That way I can keep providing you with that kind of content. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We can become friends, talk about horror, books, movies, makeup, all kinds of things. I do a lot on this channel, so hopefully there's something for everyone. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday with a new video. Bye! Oh, also, I don't have any like Christmas earrings or scary, spooky Christmas earrings. I really need some Krampus earrings, so don't mind the Ravenclaw scarves, because that was the most Christmassy thing I had, so forgive me.